Hey, what's up everybody? Chris here. I just saw Jurassic World Rebirth in theaters. Obviously, I'm in the car. Was gonna record this video when I got home, but it's been a busy day. The kids went sort of storming back inside, and I thought I would just record a brief sort of video here summarizing my thoughts on the movie, because I'm obviously a very big Jurassic Park fan. I've talked about the franchise a lot, on the channel at times. Going into this, I kind of had hope that maybe this would be sort of a reemergence and a reinvention of the franchise, because it has been treading water for a while. In my opinion, there are only two really great films in this franchise. The OG, which I think is a masterpiece in and of itself, the original movie, directed by Steven Spielberg. It just does everything perfect, right? I mean, the characters are perfect, the story is great, the action is really, really good, and it's just an intense, borderline horror movie, really the first movie. But, I think too, the sort of philosophical and ethical implications that the characters are contending with in that movie just elevates it that much more. But I think Jurassic World, the first Jurassic World movie, was also very good. I thought it was a good kind of return to form for the franchise. Not that I really disliked The Lost World or Jurassic Park 3, but I didn't think they were nearly as good as the original movie, and nothing really has been. The other two Jurassic World movies were okay. I really did not like Dominion, though. I thought it was just a huge swing and a miss. Just the whole way they sort of approached that thing, it was kind of messy. I don't know, I just wasn't into it. With this movie, I gotta say, it's also not very good. There's no other way to say it, I just don't like it. Mostly because it feels like a pastiche of remade scenes, essentially, from the original movie. Like, you can tell that they're trying to go back to basics with this film. You can tell that they're trying to sort of peel back some layers, still squeeze in some of that, again, that philosophical, ethical consideration type of stuff. But basically, the plot is this pharmaceutical company, and that's one thing, right? This is taking jabs at a lot of different kind of contemporary things. It's talking about climate change. It's talking about the cost of medications and how it's really kind of unaffordable, essentially, for most of the population. And that's one of the core kind of things at the middle of all of this. Climate change, I would say, being the other one. But, this company realizes that there are certain very large dinosaurs that have a certain, protein or certain, hemoglobin. There's something with their blood where if they can successfully get samples from living dinosaurs that have those, they can create this drug that will sort of stave off heart disease, essentially. I think they say by 20 years or something like that. So there's your setup. Get to this equatorial island where these dinosaurs can now live, because that's sort of their natural habitat. The rest of the world is so polluted and the environment's so different, they can't exist anywhere but there. So this mercenary, played by Scarlett Johansson, takes this scientist, played by this other guy with glasses, who I guess has been in some other stuff. I know I should research the name, I can't remember it. Anyway, he's a doctor at a museum, a PhD who studied under Alan Grant. And with the funding of this pharmaceutical company, with this sort of slimy dude who's going along, who's kind of like a Carter Burke character if you're an Aliens fan, they go and they're going to get these samples, right? And it kind of proceeds how you would expect it to proceed. But part of it is they encounter a family who was doing an ocean crossing on a sailboat, and their boat gets tipped over by a mosasaur. They answer a distress call. They go and they rescue that family, who is then also on the island, right? They're sort of initially separated, but then it sort of goes from there. So no more spoilers plot-wise beyond that. I will say there is one really good kind of standout scene here, but if you've seen the trailers, you've seen basically the entirety of the scene. I'm not going to say anything else, but if you've seen recent trailers, you probably know what I'm talking about. That's the best scene in the movie. But beyond that, really, it's just kind of recreating stuff from the original movie. So that's part of it, the scene that I'm referring to. Again, I guess I don't want to really get into this because I don't want to spoil it for people who are going to see it. But just trust me when I say, for lack of a better description, while I was watching this, all I could think was, the original movie did that better, and I would really rather be watching the original movie. Just everything about the OG movie is better in every conceivable sense. There's also sort of this mutations aspect of the movie that I'm just kind of tired of with the Jurassic Park franchise, this sort of front and center with this island and with what's going on. I just don't care about that. But I don't know, it just felt forgettable. It felt like a mosaic, again, to kind of use that terminology, of scenes from the original movie that were just sort of reinvented and thrown into this. So I don't know, I did not think it was very good. Is it the worst one in the franchise? No, I don't think so. I think Dominion is probably still my least favorite, but I wouldn't recommend this. I mean, it's something to see on the big screen, because the dinosaur action at times is solid, but it's also again, kind of forgettable, you know, as it proceeds. So unless you just are a diehard Jurassic Park fan, you can just sit this one out and wait to catch it on streaming, is my 2 cents, which is super disappointing because I was hoping they would get to a better spot. But these studios have got to start doing something more original with this property. My buddy Michael and I have talked about it many times. They need to make a rated R Jurassic Park spinoff featuring things like velociraptors stalking a family in a specific location. Like just something like that, to do something that is kind of bare bones, but also more engaging and original. That would be the way to go and the way to take this thing. So I don't know. I was severely disappointed in this. I didn't think it was all that good at all. But if you've seen it, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, thanks so much for watching.